400 feet below the surface, you can't hear the world ending. The ocean is silent down here. No news, no radio, no screaming. Just the hum of the reactor, the ping of the sonar, and the breathing of 154 men who trust you with their lives. You've been underwater for 67 days, 2 more months until you surface. Your wife thinks you're on a training exercise. Your daughter just turned 7. You missed her birthday. Again. This is the life you chose. Captain of a nuclear ballistic missile submarine, the most powerful weapon ever created by mankind. 24 Trident missiles in the tubes behind you. Each one carries 8 warheads. Each warhead can vaporize a city. You are 192 nuclear explosions waiting to happen. And right now, at 0347 hours, the communication officer is walking toward you with a piece of paper in his shaking hands. His face tells you everything before he speaks. Emergency action message. 3 words that every submarine captain prays they'll never hear. You've drilled this 1,000 times. You know the procedure's cold. But drills don't make your hands shake. Drills don't make your mouth go dry. This isn't a drill. You take the paper. You read it once. You read it twice. The words don't change. Nuclear detonations confirmed on United States soil. Multiple cities. Retaliation authorized. Launch codes follow. Then a string of numbers and letters that match the ones locked in your safe. The ones only you and your executive officer can access. The communication officer is still standing there, waiting. The entire control room has gone quiet. They know. Somehow, they always know. You fold the paper. You put it in your pocket. You keep your face absolutely still. You tell them to wake the XO. Now. Commander Williams arrives in 3 minutes. His eyes are puffy from sleep, but they sharpen fast when he sees your expression. You hand him the message. He reads it. His jaw tightens. He looks at you, asking without words if this is confirmed. You tell him the truth. It came through on the correct frequency. Correct encryption. Correct authentication codes. But that doesn't mean it's real. That doesn't mean someone actually authorized the end of the world. You order Williams to try to raise command. Try anyone, any frequency, any backup channel. He moves to the communication station. You watch him work. You watch the crew watching him. They're scared. You can see it in the way they grip their stations, in the way they don't make eye contact. You're scared too. You just can't show it. 15 minutes pass. Nothing. Every frequency Williams tries comes back static or silence. The emergency broadcast channels are dead. The satellite links are down. The entire communication infrastructure of the United States Navy has gone dark. Williams suggests it could be EMP. If they hit with enough warheads, high-altitude bursts would fry everything electronic on the surface. Electromagnetic pulse, the invisible killer that comes before the fire. You know this. You studied it at the Naval War College. But you also know it could be jamming. Could be a fake message. Could be anything. Williams reminds you that the authentication codes were valid. Only 3 people in the world have those codes. The President, the Secretary of Defense, and whoever's left in the chain of command. You ask him what happens if they're all dead. He doesn't answer. He doesn't have to. The crew is looking at you. All of them. 154 men in a steel tube at the bottom of the ocean, waiting for their captain to tell them what to do. You've trained your whole career for this moment. You've read the manuals. You've memorized the procedures. You've sat through countless briefings about nuclear deterrence and mutually assured destruction and the importance of second strike capability. But nobody trained you for the doubt. Second strike capability. What if the message is wrong? What if it's a test? What if some Russian hacker figured out how to spoof American launch codes? And if it's real, if American cities are actually burning right now, does launching your missiles bring anyone back? Does it save anyone? Or does it just guarantee that Russian cities burn too? You have 192 nuclear warheads. You could kill 50 million people in the next hour. Maybe more. Is that justice? Is that duty? Or is it just murder on a scale that makes Hitler look like a pickpocket? Your weapons officer approaches. Lieutenant Chen. Young guy. Brilliant. Top of his class at Annapolis. He reports that the missiles are ready, awaiting your order. You look at him. He's 26 years old. He has a pregnant wife in San Diego. San Diego might not exist anymore. You tell him not yet. You're going to verify first. His face twitches. Just slightly. He doesn't argue. He just nods and returns to his station. But Williams pulls you aside. He's agitated now. He reminds you that the order is valid. The codes check out. You have a duty to follow through. You tell him your duty is to follow lawful orders, and you don't know if this order is lawful. You don't know if the president authorized it. You don't know if he's even alive. Williams pushes back. That's exactly why authentication codes exist. That's the whole system. You tell him codes can be stolen. Systems can be hacked. You're not killing 50 million people based on a piece of paper. Something shifts in his eyes. He tells you that you don't have the authority to refuse a valid launch order. You tell him to watch you. The next hour is the longest of your life. You try everything, every frequency, every backup channel, every emergency protocol in the book. Nothing. The world above the waves has gone silent. Williams is getting restless. You can see him whispering with the other officers, building a case, building support. He's not wrong. The procedures are clear. When a valid launch order comes in, you launch. You don't question. You don't hesitate. The whole point of nuclear deterrence is that the enemy knows you'll retaliate. If you don't, the entire system falls apart. But the system was designed by men sitting in comfortable offices, not by men 400 feet underwater with their finger on the trigger. Williams approaches again. Harder this time. He tells you the crew is getting anxious. A decision needs to be made. You tell him the decision is made. You wait. He asks what you're waiting for. Washington is gone. The chain of command is gone. You might be the only American military asset left that can respond. You tell him you want to be sure. He asks sure of what? How many cities have to burn before you do your job? You turn to face him. Slowly. The entire control room is watching now. You tell him your job is to command this vessel. Your job is to protect this crew. Your job is to make decisions that you can live with for the rest of your life, however long that might be. You step closer. You tell him you are not launching 192 nuclear warheads based on one message and a whole lot of silence. If that makes you a coward, so be it. If that makes you a traitor, court-martial you when you get home. If you get home. Williams holds your gaze for a long moment. Then he looks away. He thinks you're making a mistake. Maybe. But it's your mistake to make. 3 more hours pass. The tension on the boat is suffocating. Men are praying at their stations. Some are crying quietly. One ensign had to be sedated by the corpsman after a panic attack. You stand in the control room, watching the screens, watching nothing happen. And then, a crackle. The communication officer jumps. His hands fly across the console. He's got something. Weak signal. American frequency. You're at his side in 2 seconds. Static. Then a voice. Broken. Fading in and out. Takamo. The airborne command post. Fading in and out. The backup communication system designed to survive a nuclear war. The message comes through in fragments. The previous emergency action message was compromised. Not authorized. Do not launch. Authentication code follows. The communication officer checks the code. His face goes white. The abort code is valid. You close your eyes. Just for a second. The first message was fake. The launch order was fake. If you had followed procedures, if you had done your duty, You would have started a nuclear war based on a lie. 50 million people would be dead because you followed the rules. The next transmission fills in the pieces. Cyber attack. Someone, they don't say who, but you can guess, managed to penetrate the Navy's communication system. They sent a fake emergency action message to multiple submarines. Fake, but perfect. Correct codes, correct encryption, correct everything. 2 submarines launched before the abort came through. 16 missiles, 128 warheads. You don't know where they hit. You don't know how many people died. But you know it wasn't 192 warheads. It wasn't your missiles. Because you waited. The crew doesn't celebrate. There's nothing to celebrate. The world above is still in chaos. Cities may still be burning. You don't have full information yet. Your families may be alive or dead. You won't know until you surface. But you didn't add to the fire. You didn't launch. Williams approaches you. His face is different now. Softer. He admits he was wrong. He pushed you to launch. He was ready to relieve you of command if you didn't. He asks how you knew. How you knew to wait. You think about it. You think about the message. The codes. The silence. You think about the 192 warheads sitting in your tubes, ready to end millions of lives. You tell him you didn't know. You just couldn't do it. Not without being sure. Not without hearing a human voice tell you it was real. Williams is quiet for a moment. Hearing a human voice. He tells you that hesitation saved the world. You tell him it could have doomed it. If the attack had been real, your hesitation would have meant no response. The whole point of deterrence. He interrupts. The whole point of deterrence is to prevent war, not to guarantee one. You look at him. He might be right. He might be wrong. You'll spend the rest of your life wondering. 12 hours later, you finally get clear communication with command. The situation is bad, but not apocalyptic. The cyber attack triggered a limited exchange. 2 American submarines launched on false orders. Russia responded with a limited strike. 3 cities are gone on each side. Millions dead. But not hundreds of millions. The submarines that launched are already on their way home. Their captains followed orders, did their duty, launched their missiles based on valid authentication codes. They did everything right. You did everything wrong. And that's why you're not a mass murderer today. You surface 3 days later. The sky is gray but not black. The world is wounded but not dead. Your wife is alive. Your daughter is alive. San Diego is still standing. You hug them at the pier, and you don't let go for a long time. Your daughter asks why you're crying. You tell her you just missed her. You don't tell her how close you came to never seeing her again. That night, alone in your bedroom, you take out the piece of paper. The fake emergency action message. You read it one more time. Then you burn it. The inquiry lasts 6 months. They question your judgment. They question your loyalty. They question whether a captain who refuses a valid launch order can ever be trusted with command again. In the end, they give you a medal. Quietly. No ceremony. No press. The official story is that the system worked. The abort message got through in time. The captains who launched were following procedures. Nobody is blamed. But you know the truth. Procedures. The system didn't work. The system nearly ended the world. What worked was doubt. What worked was a man at the bottom of the ocean who refused to kill 50 million people without being absolutely certain. You retire the next year. You never command another submarine. You never want to. Sometimes, late at night, you still dream about it. The message, the codes, the key in your hand, the button waiting to be pressed. In your dreams, sometimes you press it. You wake up sweating, heart pounding, reaching for your wife just to make sure she's still there, still real, still alive. She always is. Because you waited, because you doubted, because you broke the rules. The world is still here, because one man, 400 feet underwater, decided that being right mattered more than being obedient. You hope you never have to make that choice again. You know someone else will.